If you want to deter people snooping around your evil empire and getting at your piles of ill-gotten bullion, or if you just like building death machines, no judgment here, then digest on this intel on Evil Genius 2's most advanced traps. Yeah, and they're all dead, you say? Good. Good. Oh, the YouTube viewers are here. Hello. I was just talking about murdering people. Look, I couldn't think of anything fast enough, okay? Because my mind is waist deep in their many, many ways to combine traps in Evil Genius 2 and torture the agents who pop up to look around your lair when your heat level rises. If you're new to the channel, check out part 1 of our traps guide, where we go over the devices available in lower research tiers. These are the ones you'll be kitting out your lair with in the early game. But for truly devilish contraptions, you may want to combine them with some from this list too, so it's worth a watch. This time, we're covering the Grim de la Grim, the most elaborate, convoluted, and absolutely deadly ways to deal with the invading FOJ. We'll show you how each of them works and what they look like in action. And we're doing so once again with the help of this lot. A ragtag group of investigators who've kindly agreed to walk through the same doorway over and over again and subject themselves to a new trap every time. A truly generous act, and we can't thank them enough. Let's see some thumbs up from you below to show our gratitude. And while we're talking about things slightly below this video, remember to subscribe to us here and turn on notifications to catch our new vids in super easy fashion. Right, prepare the traps. We've got flamethrowers next, and we're taking orders for Investigator Flambe. Yes, 1, 2 of you there. Sure, we'll pop them on now. Any bees on the side with that? Self-explanatory really, flamethrowers set any intruders on fire. It hurts them quite a lot. Agents passing through the fan traps or magnets will take less damage than walkers though, since they whiz past the nozzles, but on the plus side, they have no time to hack it. Okay, well this one is just my favourite, hands down. We've all battled with it at some point, the Paywall. If the visiting agent wants to explore beyond the introductory area and access the rest of your lair, its additional content if you will, then they'll need to shell out to get past this actual wall with a card reader in it. Art imitating life at its finest. You do actually get the money that they pay to lower it too, probably not enough to base your whole economic operation around, but it's a nice little kickback. Another handy utility next, the Pinball Bumper. Turn your invading do-gooders into the hapless and unwilling subjects of an arcade cabinet game with the strategic placement of these, especially useful in conjunction with fans and magnets. While the optimum trap run layout is custom built for the space, sometimes you'll have to work around the space you've already got, like this narrow entry area here, and the bumper is your friend here for guiding agents down into more spacious corridor areas. Our next entry might look like the incidental set dressing from an early 2000s sitcom, but these are no ordinary retro-modern bookshelves, because they fire a load of poison darts at people, you see. These darts are pretty potent, and since one takes up just 1 square's width, you can line corridors with them and fire a lot of them out at anyone silly enough to wander that way. Their cooldown time's decent too, so even if they don't finish off any investigators as they're on the way in, they'll likely get them on the return journey to the exit. Next up is the most iconic piece of anti-agent deterrent tech in the biz, the LeBron James of making investigators disappear, and the quintessential Bond villain device, a swimming pool in which sharks are kept, presumably at no small cost in terms of upkeep and staffing, with a trapdoor above them. The shark tank has a good chance of killing anyone who falls into it. You don't tend to get a bit eaten by a shark after all, do you? Do keep in mind though, I do mean anyone. So, members of your own staff who might happen to be strolling down the corridor while the shark tank devours an agent, yeah, HR's not sorting this one out. From a piece of pure Machiavellian maniacal opulence to the other extreme, a totally unassuming hazard that says poorly run supermarket more than dangerous supervillain's lair. Still, the slippery floor is a potent piece of kit. Once an agent takes a tumble on its lathery, frictionless surface, they're down for absolutely ages. Ample time for guards to get on the scene and see to them, or waylay them on the way out if they made it past your other traps. We're on to the highest research tier now, the big kahunas, the bleeding edge tech that has the world's powers quaking in their boots. We're on to the Puppy of Death. Now, don't get distracted here, the Puppy of Death is very cute, of course he is, but he's also terribly explodey, and therein lies his whole MO. With these investigators totally disarmed by the sheer power of cute, they're now sitting ducks for the imminent violent detonation. The Puppy of Death. Phew, we made it to the last trap. How are you feeling, investigators? Sorry about all the poison darts and fire and explosions and ice and sharks and lasers and dancing. There's just one more trick up Evil Genius 2's sleeve, awaiting in the top tier of the trap research menu, the Venus Spy Trap. Because it eats spies, you see. I mean, it looks more than capable of eating insects too, to be honest, but its capacity for devouring FOJ types whole is certainly the more salient point here. Along with shark tanks, these are right at the top of the OP scale, often killing an agent in one chomp, although it's expensive and takes up a fair bit of corridor real estate. But for anyone who felt like their evil lair didn't have enough Little Shop of Horrors about it, your prayers are answered. Well, other than gaining a healthy fear of garden centres, I think that went rather well. Our intrepid gang of investigators can take a well-deserved break now, having subjected themselves to every single maniacal contraption available in Evil Genius 2, or at least they could, if they weren't all either charred, chomped by sharks, poisoned, or beaten to a pulp by the inner workings of a pinball machine. Don't feel bad for them though, I've heard the FOJ pension isn't all that good anyway. So that's part 2 of our Traps rundown concluded. Hunt down part 1 if you missed it so you can see all the possibilities, boop that like button if you had fun here, and hit the subscribe button and notification bell to catch our new videos as they drop. We'll see you in the next one.